And I remember, like, I don't know if you know what his voice sounds like, but like, I felt like I was in the presence of his monster inside.
I saw it posted yesterday all over our social media pages. Cassie filed a lawsuit in New York City against Diddy.
Yikes.
She's claiming she was stuck in a decade-long controlled every aspect of her life. He is accused of frequently beating her and would hide her in hotel rooms for days until the bruising and signs of abuse were gone.
So let's rewind a bit and dive into the relationship.
The issue is, it seems as though he wants to kind of like exert power and dominance over people who don't really want it.
Jaden Smith's phone camera panned across a damp concrete passageway, lit only by bare utility bulbs. Late Night Maze run the caption, red tagged to a location no one could find. Hours later, the clip vanished, but screen grabs endured, and eagle-eyed fans matched those curved arches to photos of a rumored tunnel complex under Sean Diddy Combs' Holmby Hills estate. 1 month after that upload, federal agents in body armor swarmed Combs' Los Angeles and Miami homes. They carted out encrypted drives, laptops, and 2 Pelican crates from the tunnel level, while neighbors watched in stunned silence. What secrets lie on those drives? Why do A-list stars, and at least one big city mayor, suddenly sound like they've taken a vow of silence? Stick around, because the deeper we crawl through these corridors, the darker the leverage game becomes. But first, we need to understand how an indoor lap pool remodel turned into the most notorious surveillance bunker in hip-hop history.
And in this lawsuit, he claims that essentially P. Diddy was the Epstein of the rap
Connection under wraps.
That clearly there is a criminal investigation underway, and that they believe that there would be evidence of crimes in one or both of these homes, with very, very serious and salacious allegations, including allegations that Combs had cameras throughout.
I got into a different kind of entanglement.
Back in 2009, Los Angeles permit logs listed a below-grade aquatic facility conversion at 13 and 10 Davies Drive Contractors. Later told reporters that the dig expanded far beyond a simple pool, morphing into a 4-branch tunnel system linking Combs' mansion guesthouse studio, and a private 40-seat theater wired for both audio and video capture. Rodney Lil Rod Jones, a former House producer, confirmed those rumors in his February 2024 racketeering suit. He swore under oath that Combs ordered staff to label clandestine footage by tunnel location, not guest names, so subpoenas couldn't point directly to celebrities. The suit claims hundreds of hours of explicit recordings, many involving unknowing visitors, were stored in a color-coded vault on site. Gene Deal, Diddy's on-again, off-again bodyguard, described the setup bluntly. Every VIP room had a pinhole lens. The tunnels were just the intake valves. He insisted the footage served as an insurance policy whenever lawsuits or bad press loomed. If Deal is right, those cameras gathered leverage on megastars, politicians, and even preachers. And the first young icon caught in that web was someone the world still sees as a free-spirited Karate Kid.
Was that in 2016, you and Will decided that you were going to live completely separate lives.
It raises even more questions.
Do you believe Diddy is a dangerous person? Yes.
Well, either way, if you got to run to a private island because your evil doings are doing so much and they storming your house, it's one of these.
And Stacey, you say today's indictment reads like a mob indictment. What was most shocking to you of all these allegations?
Yeah, the fact
are that Diddy was running some kind of Epstein type deal where he was filming everybody, right?
That's the rumors. Yeah, I don't know that there's any proof or anything other than
that this is the end of the Diddy story as we know it.
What adds another layer of complexity to this?
I made a promise that there will never be a reason for us to get a divorce. We will work through whatever.
Jaden met Sean Combs long before his 18th birthday, thanks to overlapping circles with Justin Bieber and Usher. In 2010, paparazzi caught the pair at multiple industry parties, including an infamous 48 Hours with Diddy. Weekend documented on YouTube years later. Jaden publicly wrestled with depression. On Red Table Talk, he credited plant medicine for easing crippling lows, while family therapists whispered that early exposure to adult nightlife may have deepened his anxiety. Fans now connect that trauma to his deleted tunnel post, suggesting the photo was less a flex and more a breadcrumb proof. He'd seen what everyone else only speculated about. Why post it at all? Some think Jayden wanted to warn the world without breaking NDAs. Others think teenage rebellion finally met adult courage. Either way, the tunnels were real, and so were the cameras aimed at whoever walked through. But Jayden wasn't the only prodigy ushered into that labyrinth. In fact, his gateway friend might feel the weight of those drives most of all. 14-year-old Justin Bieber considered March 2008 the best weekend of his life. 2 days with Diddy. He squealed in a home video that later resurfaced online. In it, a 39-year-old Combs boasts, "They'll get buck-fool crazy," while Bieber, barely through puberty, grins ear to ear. Who arranged that meetup? Usher Raymond. The R&B star saw dollar signs and introduced his young protege to hip-hop's ultimate kingmaker. What Bieber's parents didn't realize was that Diddy's parties mixed unchecked alcohol, late-night club crawls, and allegedly those omnipresent lenses. Within 2 years, Justin's squeaky clean image unraveled into driving while high reports, hotel outbursts, and a social media breakdown. Some observers blame fame, others blame those 48 hours fast forward to 2024. After years of avoiding studio sessions, Bieber suddenly appears on Diddy's Love album, crooning a track called Moments Commenters, asked why he'd link arms with a man under federal investigation. A common theory, the mogul held archival footage that could ruin Justin's marriage, brand deals, or mental health progress. The speculation worsened when Diddy tweeted it was our first time working together despite Bieber's own Instagram story, recalling a 2009 office pitch at Bad Boy headquarters. Fact-checkers called it a timeline lie. Critics called it gaslighting. Kanye West added fuel by naming Corey Gamble, Kris Jenner's partner, as a plant who moved straight from Diddy's payroll to Bieber's tour, then into Kardashian HQ. If true, Bieber never escaped Diddy's orbit at all. But if teen idols couldn't dodge the cameras, what hope did an early 2000s sitcom prince have? Especially when one awkward game show interview hinted he'd seen things even he can't explain. Scroll TikTok, and you'll find a 15-second snippet of Ashton Kutcher on Hot One's sweat pours down his face as host Sean Evans says, "You've got plenty of wild party stories." Annie with Diddy Ashton freezes, laughs nervously, then mutters, "Yeah, can't tell that one." Viewers erupt when Evans prods too spicy and Ashton fires back, "DM right." 7 months after that clip resurfaced, gossip blogs reported Mila Kunis quietly moved into a separate Hidden Hills property. Photogs spotted divorce law firms delivering packages to Kutcher's office. Rumor mill, maybe. Yet insiders claim Mila's team fears tapes exist from early 2000s mansion parties. Clips that could derail both Kutcher's venture capital empire and Kunis's skincare line. Kutcher's public persona rests on punked pranks and human trafficking activism. If footage surfaces showing minors' drugs or any form of coercion, that credibility splinters overnight. Celebrity reputations are fragile, but political careers, they're downright combustible when blackmail evidence walks into a federal courtroom.
So what is next? Is he going to be in jail in this facility until the trial begins? Is there a chance he could, get moved earlier than that?
As of this moment, as of this hour, as of today, yes. But of course, as I mentioned earlier, they're going to be appealing this thing next to the Second U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals to overturn the judge's order here to try and get him actually released.
As we move forward in this conversation, it's important.
We met at Baltimore School of the Arts. It was the first day, and he came over to me and introduced himself.
Gene Deal didn't just name entertainers. In a viral interview, he claimed Combs hosted fundraisers for New York City power brokers inside the Tunnel Theater. Deal said the guest list included then Brooklyn Borough President Eric Adams. Fast forward to May 2025. The U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York unsealed a bribery indictment against Mayor Adams, alleging he swapped city contracts for campaign cash, funneled by entertainment mogul One, a pseudonym journalists immediately linked to Combs. Within a week, 4 senior aides resigned, citing personal reasons. FOIA logs show each received subpoenas, dated 2 days after Homeland Security raided Diddy's homes. Whether coincidence or chain reaction, Adams' legal team now battles to keep discovery documents sealed, arguing they contain irrelevant celebrity misconduct. But the court of public opinion isn't so patient, especially when America's most famous athlete keeps ducking the microphone.
Is going to mandate that they are responsible for your well-being. They have to ensure the safety of your well-being.
There are some problems that the defense has brought up originally, but it seems like, just from reading this 14-page indictment, that there is enough physical evidence to perhaps get a conviction in this case. We shall see.
These recordings is what's kept.
Ain't no party like a Diddy party, LeBron shouted in a 2016 Snapchat clip, words that aged like milk. The video resurfaced the day of the raids, racking up 5 million Twitter views in 24 hours. Since then, journalists have asked LeBron a simple yes or no, did you ever attend those tunnel gatherings? He's offered radio silence. Nike Beats and Spring Hill Entertainment issued joint statements, condemning sexual exploitation, yet none mentioned Combs by name. An omission critics call brand protection online. Sheer speak. On it Braun trends weekly with fans tweeting, "Use your voice the way you preach equality." For now, the king stays quiet, perhaps hoping the cameras point elsewhere, but history shows silence rarely saves reputations once the courtroom doors swing open, and one rap legend knows that lesson better than anyone.
Silent for years.
And Will Smith, you told me before that you was at a party before that they attended, and you said the party was weird?
Yeah, it's just about a bunch of weird, that's weird, dude.
But if you think Diddy's guest list was limited to musicians and actors,
I brought this subject up because there's a couple of things that really bother me here.
October 2023. Kanye livestreams a rant naming Jay-Z, Diddy, and Corey Gamble as part of a cleanup crew that handles inconvenient witnesses. He claims singer Aaron Carter was set up after threatening to expose Hollywood parties. The clip gets flagged for harassment, but not before 10 million views. Former Bad Boy rapper Mark Curry later confirmed cycles of violence inside Diddy's circle, including a disturbing allegation. Combs once broke Kim Porter's nose during an argument. Rumors grew when fans noticed Porter shaved part of her hair. Weeks later, a style change. Some say hid bruising court docs from Cassie's 2023 lawsuit. Mention ex-partner intimidation via secret recordings widely interpreted as a reference to Porter. The suit settled in 24 hours cementing public belief that Combs uses tapes as hush money. Where does Jay-Z fit, according to Jaguar? Right, the rapper's loyalty lies only with the white execs he works for, not even his wife. She asserts the only time Jay feels safe is when he's in the warm embrace of a man hinting tapes may prove hidden sexuality. Blackmail gold in a genre that still profits from macho branding. Whether Wright's claim holds water. The idea that unseen footage dictates industry alliances shakes fans to their core. And those fans now ask, what happens if every encrypted drive becomes a public exhibit?
I have crossed some lines that made him uncomfortable.
Notes. Not only should he have apologized to Cassie in that video, he should have apologized to all of the general public that he lied to.
Yeah. Well, if he really was filming everybody, I mean, he had a lot of people at those parties, right? Of course. There's layers upon layers. When you get into these conspiracy theories, man, they never end. They never end. There's just layers upon layers.
Let's start by setting the scene for Diddy's notorious parties no one ever expected.
The evidence, alleged evidence, that's been gathered in this case was from those 2 raids that were conducted on his personal homes in Miami and Los Angeles. And the indictment names the things seized that he allegedly made videos of these performances that have been named.
As for Diddy, he remains a powerful figure with significant resources at his.
Federal procedure is slow but relentless. Drive seized in March 2024. Sit inside an FBI forensics lab, duplicated bit for bit, timestamped and cataloged. Once prosecutors confirm relevance to sex trafficking or racketeering charges, they must share discoverable evidence with the defense. That means Diddy's lawyers, and possibly co-defendants like Christian Combs, will receive copies in password-protected form. Should plea talks fail, the judge decides which clips play in open court, Scenario 1. Plea and sealed evidence. Combs admits guilt on a reduced count. Victims get compensated and the vault stays locked. Hollywood breathes, but conspiracy theories rage. Scenario 2. Full trial tapes air before jurors' faces revealed frame by frame. Lawsuits against Bieber Smiths. Kutcher Adams and LeBron erupt overnight. Corporate sponsors yank contracts faster than you can say morals clause. Scenario 3. Case collapse. Technicalities. Tosses the evidence. Combs walks free, yet brand damage lingers. No one forgets tunnel rumors once heard. Either way, the pop culture landscape changes. Fans must confront a brutal paradox. The art they love might be built on coercion cameras and corridors of silence. When heroes and hustlers share the same tunnel, darkness doesn't care about brand deals. It only cares who controls the power outlet.
Sean, I used to work for P. Diddy on Bad Boys. He kept the road in his interview and told everybody how P. Diddy really is. Check it out.
One of the things that I would never wish on my worst enemy is to be incarcerated or to be sick, to be bedridden. So I take no joy in anyone's challenges, whether with the criminal justice system or otherwise. But I just like to clarify, and you have to be truthful in the description of the relationship. This is someone who, in essence, testified against me when I was on trial, when I was a 18-year-old kid, just wanting to do nothing other than make my mother proud and make Belize proud and do what all of us want to do, be recognized for our talent and take over the world. I was defending him, and he turned around and called witnesses to testify against me, and he contributed. He pretty much sent me to prison. This is someone that destroyed my life. But do I take any joy or any satisfaction with what he is going through? Absolutely not.
If the raids proved anything, it's that secrets stored in concrete and steel eventually surface. Jaden's deleted video, Bieber's nervous smile, Ashton's sweat-soaked shrug, Mayor Adams' sealed indictment. Each breadcrumb leads to the same subterranean maze and the same question. When the lights finally switch on, will we look away or demand the whole story? Stay curious, stay critical, and remember, history isn't written by the powerful. It's recorded by whoever hides the camera best. The trial clock is ticking, and the next hard drive label might have your favorite icon's name on it.
And me and my wife, we deal with it accordingly, and we move on.
Puff and Ja Rule runs out the room. Puff got his towel, Ja grabbing his towel, but they butt the naked.
What kind of fuck shit is this?
Getting cheated on by a partner is one thing, but when your husband for many years decides he wants to start getting with men, that's a whole new issue. And while it may sound like a movie plot, this was actually the case with Aisha Atkins, whose rapper husband decided he wanted to hop on the men train late into their marriage. The rapper in this case is Ja Rule. And like you probably thought, his interest in the other side was actually not the least bit natural, as it was revealed that he might have been turned by Diddy. And considering that Diddy's name has already come up in more than a few cases of industry veterans going the other way, there's probably some truth to this. But don't take it from me. Take it from Ja Rule's wife herself.
We were standing in the presidential suite at the hotel. And this particular artist and Puff, they told me, don't let nobody come in the room.
You know when they say the entertainment industry is the home of the good, the bad, and the ugly? Well, it seems the ugly part is Aisha Atkins' reality at the moment, as her marriage reportedly hit a roadblock after her husband got involved with rap legend Diddy. Now, Diddy is largely known in the industry as a notorious guy, not only because he's reportedly had his in some seemingly illegal dealings, but also because talks have been flying around for decades about his true sexual preferences. Well, it seems Aisha might have just dropped the answer on our laps with what she's revealed about him.
Are you surprised to hear from me?
No. What's going on?
You think I wasn't gonna get at you from the inside? I think you know me a little better than that.
We can't be talking right now, Puff.
I would all due respect, my brother. How is your wife doing? I heard she's spending a lot of time on the farm and she loves talking to a pig. I told you when I went on this little road trip, I wasn't going to invite you, but I could change my mind. You understand?
Listen, everything all good. We just can't talk right now.
Now, how about I just talk and you listen? You told me the storm would just come and go if I lay down and stay quiet, but the weather seemed to be getting worse. You know, I could be catching a cold, so I need to make sure you send me some vitamin E and my special K cereal.
Yo, relax. Some things fell through, but everything will be back up soon. Just keep calling your family. You'll be with them soon.
Oh, I'm doing the same thing for Thanksgiving. Make sure you send it straight to the Shade Room and TMZ. Make me look like a good father, and all I need is one juror to be on my side, and this case is over. So, make sure them Amazon deliveries get back on schedule, then there won't be no need for us to talk no more.
Just chill out, Puff. I told you I'ma get it done.
You know, I've been thinking about watching a movie lately. It's called Eyes Wide Shut. Have you seen it? It's got a real famous celebrity in there, don't it?
Yeah, Tom Cruise. What's your point?
Is that who it is? Man, I thought it was a different celebrity. I guess it might have been a different movie. You know, I got a lot of movies on my mind sometimes, and I get the actors confused. Some of these actors are so good, they act like they don't even know they're being recorded. Your wife did a few movies, didn't she? Your wife did a few movies, didn't she?
Okay, that was a long time ago, Puff. What the fuck are you trying to say?
Oh, nothing. Just talking to an old friend. You know, I haven't talked to friends in a long time. It seemed like they forgot about me. Let's make sure they keep it that way. Let's make sure they keep it that way.
Man, what's the point of this? I told you everything straight.
Good. And make sure you keep the worm food away from my house while I'm gone. It gets messy. Too many insects start digging around. Remember when I cleaned up the worm food around your house? I kept a sample in case you needed. I kept a sample in case you needed.
Oh, really? Listen, don't push your limits, Puff. I ain't the one to play with. You in there, and I'm out here.
Oh, and don't have another Kit Kat. It's bad for you. She made me gain weight. And get 44 on board again. Make him pull some strings again, or else.
Shit, he got powerful people. One of his partners who started his company with money, President Obama, got him out of prison. So it's not like he don't have no moves.
First of all, Puff, you need to watch your mouth. You know who you talking to? Second of all, this the that got you in the first place. You always think that you're bigger than what you really are. You need to stop trying to bite the hand that feeds you, and you wouldn't be in this position. And you don't got what you think you got. You don't got what you think you got.
Okay, you getting all fired up. I like that, Daddy. It's all love. But if I don't got what I think I got, then why Oprah staying quiet? Why Ellen moving to another country? Why Leo been in Fiji for months? When I get this bail though, this case going away. I don't need no phones. I don't need no internet. I'll send a letter on a fucking bird. You already ruined my fucking name. And you know what that means? You going up against somebody who got nothing to lose and everything to gain.
People like LeBron James, who has been outwardly speaking about how great Diddy parties are, traveling around with Diddy. This person is supposed to be the king. I'm waiting for the king to come out and to condemn this, to condemn what we all know now is a reality. They say that Diddy is on watch, by the way. That is the latest update, that he might himself, because he is in this cell. I beg to differ. As I said, I believe that this was an operation, that Diddy was not at the top of this operation, and that they are going to be very careful in how they handle him, because just like Kim Porter kept videos in order to protect herself, I am certain that Diddy similarly kept many videos of the record label executives that were allegedly involved in these parties as well as protection for himself. We will continue to monitor that story, but I do encourage everybody to pray for Justin Bieber.
Kanye told us everything about Diddy. So a couple years ago when Kanye was going on his rants, as everybody was calling them, he was literally telling us everything that we needed to know about Diddy. Kanye told us that Corey Gamble was a plant and he was first working for Diddy. And I can never skip the fact that Corey Gamble was at Kim Porter's house when she passed away. And mind you, Kim Porter did not share this house with Diddy. They were not even together during this time. And then Kanye said Corey Gamble went to Justin Bieber to be his tour manager after working for Diddy. We all know the rumors about Justin Bieber and Diddy. I don't even have to get into that, but it's super weird that you end up from Diddy to Justin Bieber. And then he explained this is when Corey Gamble got with Kris Jenner. And we know that Kris Jenner and Diddy have been seen together on multiple different occasions. Kanye even listed the names of people who had to do whatever they were told, naming Jay-Z and Beyonce and Diddy. He also named Meek Mills and Lil Boosie, and he said the reason that these people have to listen to whatever they're told and pull on Kanye's coattail while he was outing everything so publicly is because they unalived people. He even posted the text messages on his Instagram to Diddy. Didn't like our combo, I'm selling these teas. And at the end he said, come do something illegal to me, please. Diddy actually texted back kind of crazy saying, send me an address. Let's stop playing these internet games and don't feel threatened. You'll be fine. Just love. And during all of these rants, he was talking about people who got offed in the industry like Michael Jackson, Prince, and even Aaron Carter. And the rumor being spread is Aaron Carter was about to out everything happening in Hollywood. And weirdly enough, before Aaron Carter passed away, he actually said on Twitter, yo Kanye, let's talk man to man. And this was still during the same time that Kanye was being very publicly spoken about what was happening in Hollywood. And then recently Kanye did an IG Live a couple months ago and literally said exactly what happened to Aaron Carter.
They follow me to the fucking hotel. The nigga killed Aaron Carter, and now they acting like they won't clear the Backstreet Boys sample. You get what I'm saying? Harley passing that pusher. Your trainer, Harley passing that, Jay-Z.
And then Kanye literally mentions Jay-Z's name like he had a part in it. Everybody is saying that Jay-Z is going to go down right next to Diddy, and all of this shit with Kanye is so crazy. And if you add everything that he has said together, it's literally connecting the dots to what we're seeing play out with Diddy right now. But y'all let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.
My name is Mark Curry. You know, I'm a former bad boy recording artist. A lot of people, you know, I made a lot of hits for Puff.
How do you feel about these lawsuits accusing Diddy of abuse? What do you think about that? You knowing Diddy, do you think he's capable of doing that, man?
Do I think, yeah. I think he's very capable of doing it. It's in his character. That's who he is. That's what comes with power. That's what comes with arrogance. That's what comes with, you know, what makes him. I seen fights between, where he have an argument, fight with a female, whatever it may be. I seen it with my own friends. But sometimes you say, you know, we all go through things, but once you have a sign of doing it over and over and over again, that's when it becomes a problem. You be like, so every relationship that you get in, you're violent in them? I was around when Cassie was there. I knew Kim Porter before I knew Puff. I met Misa, but, you know, it was a history. When you have a history of the same thing, man, it becomes a problem.
Speaking of Kim Porter, because you knew Kim Porter, is it true that Diddy broke her nose?
Bust her nose, man. Anytime a man would go out his way to wiretap someone's phone or put taps in their homes just to monitor their conversation, that's a sign of insanity.
So you telling me this whole time she really cut her hair because Diddy pulled it out? And the whole time she was telling us she cut her hair because she wanted to try something different. This how you know everything that glitters ain't gold. When you see these relationships out here, you be thinking that these folks be happy, and they do not be happy. This just goes to show it right here. And now when you look at this picture actually looks very different. You can actually see that she actually is not happy. So when we be seeing these relationships, these couples on social media, and they be making it look like they just the happiest couple, the best couple, don't be believing it. And ladies, quick message: if you're in an abusive relationship, get out.
She's shaving the side of her head like that woman who drink blood. The last woman who did that was Cassie. And Cassie is gone. Cassie is P. Diddy's slave. Did y'all know that? She is his slave. Oh, yes, she is. Every time you see Cassie with P. Diddy, she got her head down, she carrying bags. She's the mop-up girl. When P. Diddy want to impress him, he's bringing on, he let Cassie go down on him. He let that dude pop her in the butt, and P. Diddy sit back and masturbate while she's being ran in by his partners. Did y'all know?
Eric Adams, the mayor of New York City, was just indicted by the feds, and you cannot tell me that this doesn't have something to do with Diddy. And I have the chills right now because right after Diddy's arrest, multiple people connected and working with Eric Adams stepped down from their jobs. And now we finally have the feds indicting Eric Adams a week after the Diddy indictment. Everybody has been saying that politicians and people in power are connected to Diddy, and even Diddy's ex-bodyguard, Gene Deal, just spoke about Diddy's relationship with Eric Adams.
All this is bigger than Diddy. It's bigger than Diddy, bro. Because you know who else they was doing investigation on during that whole time period? It was the mayor and the politicians in New York City. They turn around and give him the city, the key to the city. All the mayor people that he brought on here in New York City are all resigning. They all resigning. People ain't gonna tie this together, but if you look at it, you have to say, because of Mayor Adams and his relationship with Diddy, it brought on the Southern District of New York.
So Eric Adams, the mayor of New York City, has been indicted on federal criminal charges. The indictment right now is sealed, and it's unclear what charge or charges Adams is facing, but we are expected to know the details of the indictment on Thursday. And honestly, maybe this is just a coincidence, but I feel like they are attacking people left and right. And I mean, Eric Adams is the one that told us when he gave Diddy the key to New York City, he said that he was the bad boy of politics. And now we're actually finding out he is the real bad boy of politics.